Welcome to my tiny base. It might not be much, but this base of operations is going to power me for the next few hours. A buddy of mine told me to jump on this server the other day. He'd done a couple of eco raids and made a serious profit, and I wanted to get me some of that. So I logged on, met up with my buddy, we made some spears and spent an hour or two stabbing through this weird base next to Outpost. Now, it wasn't a very exciting eco raid, so I'm not going to make you sit through it, but it had a few decent pieces of loot that allowed me to pack out this little base with lots of things that I might need for the next day or two. First of all, I would need a bit of scrap, and I had a foolproof plan to get some. Okay, maybe not so foolproof, but I had some stuff to recycle, and I also had some fertiliser from that raid that I took to Outpost in small batches, although I had to queue some of the time to actually sell it, so I wouldn't recommend this if you're in a hurry. So what's the plan for today? Well, let's hop onto Creative and have a look. We're going to build a trap base, a really simple little trap base. But why so simple? Well, in all honesty, on a vanilla server with a decent amount of pop, I don't think I'm going to be able to build something large and intricate with my skill level. It will just take too long and I think be a bit of a drag. So I've kept things as simple as possible. So what we end up with is a 2x1 with a triangle airlock, a door that opens in, and a horrible shelf that blocks the way. It works like this. Imagine you're outside your base. Big Chad comes along, guns you down, walks in. Has a look, there's a bit of loot. Can't get any further because the door's blocking. So he sort of has a jump up to try and scout a bit more. Can't see any further because this little light's blocking his head. Then he realises no key lock on the door. He can just press the button and open it and get straight into the loot. So he presses the button and boom boom, he dead. There's a few other components, a few boxes and things. You can seal up by closing the door or putting a lock on yourself, but let's go back to the live server, eh? Before we do, I don't really have a use for this, but I just wanted to show someone, I don't know. So, you know, you come to try into the base, you think you found the TC room, you can see there's the workbench in there, TC at the back, some boxes and furnaces. This is definitely the right door to raid to get to the base. But wait, hang on. That's just a picture of a TC. Now, I don't know where you could use that, but meh, that could be funny, right? Anyway, let's get back to the live server and build this trap base. I picked a lovely little spot just outside of Outpost by a road to build the trap base. I had plenty of resources from a little bit of farm and the stuff I had in that tiny base. Decided to throw down. With the core secure, I headed off out for some more resources. I heard someone hitting a barrel and thought I'd have a go. As it turns out, I should have not had a go. I picked myself back up and got on with the base. I had work to do, and I would not get distracted by any other silly adventures until I had my base furnished and my shotgun traps in place. Okay, one tiny silly diversion, but then we'll be straight back on with the work. And this is something I never thought I'd do before. Buying a salvage shelf. But it was needed, it was in the ingredients, and we had to get one. And then after one quick jump cut, we're done. All we needed to do now was put down the obligatory mailbox that says, "Hi, I'm a new player and think this might be important." I'd cast my line. I had baited the hook. Now I just had to wait for a nibble. Fishing isn't a sport that you can rush though. Some patience is required, and I would need the same. I spent the next half an hour or 40 minutes just hanging around the local area. I would gather some barrels, get some more crap to put in my bait boxes. I'd have a run around, be a general nuisance. Do a bit of soft side raiding of a useless door that had nothing in. Just fire at some scientists to generate some noise. You know, just try and generate a little bit of activity in my area. Finally, I had a customer. Now I deployed my best bad bow fighting. I ran around aimlessly. I jumped up a lot. I stood still a lot. I waved my bow in the vague direction of the enemy in the hope that he'd come and close on me. Now I only had a few arrows, so didn't want to go too crazy. Unfortunately, the guy shooting at me was absolutely terrible. But finally, he'd done it. He'd struck me. With 1 health left, I was sure to bleed out, and I wanted to make sure that he saw me bleed out. So I crawled towards my base. Why is he not closing? Where is he gone? Did I kill him by accident too? But no, he had a friend. A friend with a gun I did not yet own. A friend too blind to notice that the door had no lock, and his shells were not required. Hello there. Get out. Now, whenever I get something I actually want to keep, I quickly go and squirrel it away in another base so I can research it later. I didn't have a DB yet with this wipe, so I was very happy that that guy brought me one. For my next bait method, I decided just to stand next to the door while attempting to put a key lock on, and I was immediately shotgunned. This was great news. It looks like the guy I killed before decided to come back, and I think he brought a friend. And a lot of shells. Now they just left me here. It's really stupid. They should kill me. What if I suddenly got up and just ran in and opened the door? That would be crazy, right? See what I mean? Guys, the door's open. There's no lock. There's no lock on the door, guys. It's not supposed to work. You're breaking my plan. Now, I needed to do something to move things along a bit, so I thought, surely I can catch one of them out. Can I get a kill while downed? Oh, come on, open. Open. Ah, that's bloody diabolical, mate. We were at a bit of a stalemate here, waiting for his friend to come back. But I had another base, and I had enough materials to make a shotgun. I'll be taking my terrible bait loot back, thank you. Now I thought these guys are probably going to give it a rest now. I've already taken a couple of SARs and a couple of DBs off them. And I don't think they had a lot of stuff to begin with. But I was wrong. Rust players worse than me. Now I thought I had a minute to get out and get my loot. Unfortunately I got killed by the guy with the pistol. I had a plan. He was going to go and loot me. I was going to go and shoot him in the back. Now I wasn't taking any chances here. I'd need this SAR later. Looks like my instincts were good. Someone else had heard all the noise and decided to come join the fun. Now the guy with the Tommy headed off. Not quite sure why, maybe he got a couple of bits of good loot. But everything went quiet for 5 or 10 minutes, so I decided to quickly have a base organised before heading out for a few bits of scrap. It was then I had my first encounter with Wasabi, or, as he's also known, the Ioka Fumbler. Now, I'm not sure if it's because I trapped him earlier, or maybe he just dislikes trap bases, or maybe just dislikes my face. But wherever I went, I would find the Ioka Fumbler. Don't worry, I'll save you, Ioka Fumbler. damn Yoka bubbler! Take that! I made my escape and got up a second shotgun trap because I wanted a bit more oomph. Then I thought I'd have a quick break. It had been a hectic last hour or so and I needed a rest. But when I came back, there was a sad sight. Poor Wasabi had fumbled his last Ioka. He was logged out outside my door, Ioka in hand. He just couldn't handle it. So I decided to recycle him. Reduce, recycle, renew, reduce, recycle, renew, reduce, recycle, renew, reduce. More resources for the bait boxes. I was ready for more action, and I would not have to wait long. No, thank you. We do not want any. Do not come close. Oh, this could be good. I've got a good feeling. Oh, did we get the 2 for 1? 2 for 1 special? We did. We got the 2 for 1 special. My favourite. I spent the night tidying up the trap base, and then in the morning I was ready to go again.
Okay, I need bigger base and I need scrap.
A couple of my team had logged on now, but I wanted to try and get 1 or 2 last catches before I went and did something a bit more serious.
My last pickaxe that is like half health and I can't repair them and
Oh, I can repair them.
yeah, good, okay, but I mean it would be nice to have some blueprints.
Once again, I did not have to wait long.
That is what I was thinking about, and also like hatchets and sort of
Yeah, this Chances just walked into my trap. He thought he was the big boy because he had a pumpkin. Shotgun trap was the big boy. He actually had a half decent amount of stuff on him, so I thought I'd better go and bank it at the other base. I bank often. You never know how long a trap base is going to last, so I like to keep all my loot squirreled away somewhere else just over the hill. And as it turns out, you're not paranoid if they really are out to get you.
and your trap base.
Uh-huh. I think.
Yeah, well, if it's a trap base, whatever.
Yeah, they're pretty limited lifespan. They're a bit like a consumable.
Nice, that was an easy 8k storm.
Dumped rockets and shit into it, mate.
Really?
I have been vanquished. You have vanquished me.
I need to make
Consider me
quieter.
vanquished. Unfortunately, by the time I got back, it was too late. He'd already dumped a couple of rockets into the inside door and taken the TC, as well as griefed the base. I took my frustrations out on the locals. Not for any real reason, other than, yes. This did actually have a little hidden benefit. I soon received a sniper bullet from the large clan Chad tower just on the hill over there. Turns out that Mir, the guy with the pump shotgun and the guy I trapped and blew up my base, was one of them. That's the thing with traps, you never know who's going to walk in. Might be someone who's got the means to take revenge. And well played to him for getting his big boy pants on and coming out and getting the job done. So that was my trap experience for the day. It was now time to return to my team.
Someone just stole the horse, of course.
Oh, there's our horse. And there's our horse thief. Yeah, I just took his head off with a slug.